everyone to Mystics Outlook. We got Raymond Lyons here, Cardell Dudley Jr., I'm Wilson Tarpey Jr., and the Washington Mystics went back-to-back games. They hold off the Lynx 83-72. If you guys been riding with us here on Mystics Outlook for a while, you guys know they need all the wins they can down this stretch. They're coming off a big win over the Aces. Followed up with another solid one here. Ray's in the building, so we'll start with Ray and then Cardell. What you guys' thoughts from tonight's game?
Um, I mean, this might be a pretty simple concept, but you win a little bit more games when you have all your talent available. Um, tonight was the first time they had every player on the roster healthy since I believe they said it was June 9th. So it's been a while. But yeah, man, the last two games they've put together some pretty solid wins. Two playoff teams. Of course, the Aces defending champs, top team in the league. The Lynx in the playoff mix as well. This was an exceptionally big win because they jumped from seventh to fifth in the standings. We've been talking about getting out of that 8-7 spot for them. So this is huge for them. If they just continue to handle business, then they'll put themselves in a pretty good spot. But in regards to tonight, they were just in control from jump and never relinquished it. They defended well, which has been pretty much what they've been hanging their hat on this season. They shot the ball pretty well tonight too. 45% from the field. They're 48% from three, and 13 and 15 from the free throw line. So yeah, man, they covered their bases offensively. They rebounded well. They moved the ball, got good looks. And yeah, man, it was just a solid game from top to bottom. This is a team that had beat them twice this year, so it was important to get one in on them. They lost one game. They won on the last second shot. So they had their problems. They fixed their problems with the Lynx so far, but they handled them pretty well this game. Of course, Brittany Sykes continues to wreak havoc on both sides of the ball. Elena, she's starting to round back into looking like herself. Shakira looks like she's moving better, getting a little more active. Tosh, she didn't shoot the ball well tonight, but she was active defensively. She rebounded. She controlled the game. She had 9 assists. It's just good to see them healthy, and I know everybody's not at 100% yet, but, just being able to put that collection of talent on the floor, it just gives them a completely different dynamic. And, they continue to get their bodies back down the stretch. It's going to be interesting to see what they look like going into the playoffs. I'm glad they're getting a couple games for some of the ladies to get their sea legs back. I think most notably Ariel Atkins is kind of rounding herself back into shape. She's getting a little more bounce in her step. She's looking more comfortable and on balance with her shot. So, of course, that's going to pay huge dividends the closer she gets back to being herself. But yeah, man, hell of a win. I talked about the implications in the standings earlier. I'm pretty sure that's that's something in the back of their minds as well. So pretty much all of these games are playoff games for them. Because the standings being so jumbled up and all the teams they're playing except the Mercury are playoff teams. So, it's basically go time for the Mystics. And man, these last two games they look ready.
Cardell.
Like Ray said, obviously they're healthy now. We got their unit back, but I think they also just committed to their identity. You could tell throughout most of the season they were still fluctuating between should we embrace this defensive first identity or do we still kind of have that offensive explosion that led them to a championship years ago? And I think they just fully bought in like this is who we got to be. We gonna be defense first, and then let that cater to our offense, let that lead into our offense, and it's been working since they've gotten everybody back over the last couple games, and especially like Ray says, certain players like Atkins and Deladon, Shakira, you can see their legs coming back slowly but surely, man. I think that's the key. That they've been lights out defensively over the last two games, man. They held the Aces to 30% shooting from the field. Tonight they held the Lynx to 41% shooting from the field. And they were so on point defensively. Like, true, key players didn't shoot the ball well. Like Shakira was 3 for 9, Tosh was 2 for 13. Maisha's 0 for 5, like uncharacteristically off, but it didn't matter because the Lynx had far more players off outside of obviously former Terp Diamond Miller and Fees. And I mean, it was a breeze. It wasn't much to really, worry about out there. And that's a testament to their overall team defense. They also turned them over and they made them pay when they turned them over. They got out and they scored. And they scored 19 points off their 14 turnovers last I checked. So it's just their guard lineup, man. I think that's what's leading them right now. I know Deladon's the star, the big name, but it's that unit, man. It's that Cloud, it's Sykes, it's Atkins, man. Like we all envision. I keep saying it when they're healthy, it's hell. It's hell for the perimeter. It's hell. Like they shut people down, man, and they make it very difficult for you to get in your stuff. So you got to go to plan B, plan C, plan D, and to try to sustain that throughout a game is tough. And that's how they're able to pull away and win when they just take away your top options all the time, especially on the perimeter, man. And Atkins, she's just been lights out the last couple games. She's shooting 11 for 14 over her last 3 games. That's ridiculous. She's off the charts. She should shoot more the way she's on fire, but she don't need to. You know what I mean? It's just, she just playing within the flow. It was good to see Tolliver back out there. Get a little minutes, try to get her legs back, in time for this playoff push. And Tiana Hawkins, man, like I keep that's their MVP this season. That if it's an MVP, it's Tiana Hawkins. I know Sykes is balling, but T, like whatever they need, just a professional dog with that center, forward, some 3, it don't matter. Pick a roll, switch out on guards, rebound, block shots, steals, bring the ball up. Whatever they need at that time, she fills the void, man. And you don't win without players like her, man. So what they've been showing is they still have some championship DNA left in them. They're pulling out some tough wins. It was looking dire before the Aces games. Like, yeah, y'all got to win this. You know what I mean? Now they're in 5th. You know what I'm saying? And the thing I said after last game, like, don't give it back tonight. Like, go in there, seize it, and keep it going. Keep the momentum going. And that's what they did, man. So, kudos to them. They're in 5th. Keep winning. Get above 500, and then you rolling pretty going into the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't have too much more to add to you guys, like you said. But one of the players they took out of this game that's key for Minnesota is Kelly McBride. She's the most consistent floor stretcher over there for them, and she had 6 turnovers a night. That meant those guards. Kelly's not even somebody who over dribbles typically, and she had 6 turnovers a night. Hell, those guards had folks in hell. And like you said, Diamond got hers and great for Minnesota, but right, everybody else was going through it too. Like you guys said, it was a tough night. You take out Diamond's 50% from the floor. Fees had a solid night, but right, it's what everyone was excited about this year going into it when everyone was healthy about what they could be on this end of the floor. And so far, we got back-to-back performances of it. And, it's going to have to continue because you got a team that you beat 2 days ago. In 2 days, they're going to definitely be trying to get their lick back.
Oh, yeah.
Just definitely trying to get their lick back because you're going to their house this time. But again, for Washington, it's another step in the right direction. That's all you guys been talking about is when the Cavalry got back. Continue to make it count. And, bro, 2 wins and you're in 5th.
But think about it. Let me ask y'all this.
What?
If you a guard or whatever, just a ball handler, you attack from the perimeter, where do you get relief from? If they're cloud guarding you screen get her off of you, it's Atkins. If you screen get her off of you, it's Sykes. Like, where you get relief from?
You don't. Like, that's why it's so hard. Like, Shatori was talking pregame about that specifically. They were shouting out Brittany Sykes, for her on ball pressure, basically saying she a one-woman press. But then even when you get in the half court, like you said, like, yeah, you can set a screen, but you got to set 2 more screens to even begin to think about having some wiggle room. So, I mean, and like you pointed out, Cardell, that's why they're able to beat teams because you can't even get into your stuff comfortably because you're being hounded relentlessly on the perimeter. Like, I wouldn't want to play against it. Man, they torturing teams out there.
And the reason why Diamond, she hit some big shots, but the reason why she was able to do that, people don't understand, she's 6'3". Those guards are 5'9", so she has size of man she could shoot over them. But if she not hitting no shots from the outside, it would have been tough on her because you're not about to just dance. You're not doing that. They not having that. So even when you do get past, they digging down and coming with blindside traps. That's why I love watching them play. I love watching these three get after. You know what I mean? Like, man, when they're the key. They're the key. If they're healthy and they swarming and dictating the game defensively, like Ray said, it could get interesting. It could get interesting, man.
Yeah, and I think the best part about it is you have to work to screen them. How many times a game,
Yeah.
Atkins been gone? How many times a game? Atkins, like, I swear it's like 2 times a game. Somebody's getting a legal screen because, no, I'm not getting screened.
Yeah.
You're going to have to, it's going to have to be left tackle, like, run blocking to connect with me. Then you got Sykes with the wingspan. Even if she's screened, she's not. That's a plus athlete with an alien wingspan. So she's there. And like you said, Carlo, if you do get by, they don't leave. And then there's other times when it's just like, the communications on point is just switch. Oh, my reward's going from Brittany Sykes to Natasha Cloud. My next reward's going from Natasha Cloud to Ariel Atkins. And then, you got other times, with Shakira out there, Tiana, you brought up Tiana. It's another person where you're allowed to. That's a hell of a hedge. Two people that can move their feet very well. And just in case the screen actually works, they're not bad one-on-one defenders. As bigs in space. Like, just in case. So think about the hell you go through to get any of those three off you. And just in case you do, here's Shakira, who's very comfortable in space. And here's Tiana's just there. She's a basketball. We don't even know what she plays. Like you said, it changes per possession. Whatever they need, that's what she's going to be. And you see that, we've seen that countless times this season. She gets in space with a guard, and it's, what, do you want to call the screen back to get one of the guard, like the guards on you? Again, that end of the floor is going to be key.
And the thing about those guards, one last thing about those guards that is underrated, they're all great rebounders. They all average 3, 4, 5 rebounds. So they not just sliding and moving it. They going down there and they getting the board. The ball is in their hands. None of the Mystics can run, and it creates mismatches. It makes teams just have to play. That's what I mean. Like, they can cater. Everything's catered to how they play because now teams have to adjust to how they want to play, and then that's when they control the game, and that's when the Mystics are at their best, man.
And last thing with those guards, you talk about the rebounding, right? They had those three accounted for half of the team's 32 boards a night. Sykes led the way with 8. Cloud had 5. Atkins had 3. So again, on that end of the floor, those 3 are huge. But I have to ask you guys, we're here at that portion of our recap. Play it again.
Sykes, Miss Sykes.
All right, there's no arguments there. X Factor.
Jesus.
Ariel Hawkins. That's what we're going to do. Ariel Hawkins.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, we will see you guys Thursday night. Follow the Focus TV on social media so you guys can find out whether it's going to be the playback room or the recap, the traditional format. Again, great way to know what's happening. We're going to see you guys in some shape, fashion, or form on Thursday. And then, again, it's another chance for them. Another opportunity. I know the Aces are pissed. We're going to see how that goes. Like, they're pissed. Like,
you got to get them after beating them, and they lost to New York.
Yeah.
They ain't got to go see them at their career.
I just hope they let them play. Don't
Yeah.
Don't be calling petty fouls in the game and they down 20 because you let them play. Let's just see how it goes, man.
Let them rumble and whatever happens. That's all anybody
Because
has.
they just played a chippy game here. You gotta let them rock, man.
Yeah.
Man, that first half was a rock fight here. We're interested to see what happens on the West Coast. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see you guys on Thursday.